to look at the ways in which the left have weaponized various democratic processes. I think we've seen it over the last year with the longest ballot. We never saw that before either. People putting 200 names on a ballot with the same CFO and the same signatures applying, and many of them not even getting a single vote, so they didn't even vote for themselves. As part of the reason why we knew that we had to make some changes, because there's I think a new group of folks who are trying to undermine the democratic process, and they're abusing the process, and not just me saying so. It was Jean-Pierre Kingsley, who was the chief electoral officer federally. So I think that this weaponization of recall is very much along the same lines. It's very easy to take out a petition. All you have to do is pay $500 and write a paragraph and get a CFO, and you can launch a campaign. And so we'll watch and see if the rules are being followed, and we'll have a better understanding if there's any tightening up of those rules that need to be made in the future. But I think that this is sadly undermining confidence in our democratic processes and our democratic system. I think the fact that it operated pretty much under the same rules in British Columbia, and the only one that was successful in getting enough signatures was against an individual who was writing letters to the editor praising himself and criticizing his opponents, and that created so much outrage. People had signed a petition to remove him, and he ended up resigning as a result. So I think when you look at it, where it has been in place, whether in British Columbia or in American states, it's been for wrongdoing, genuine wrongdoing, and we're just this is just a political difference of opinion. And the way you solve those is at the ballot box. And so I'll watch and see, but I think I'm hearing a lot of frustration from Albertans that they're making a mockery of what should be a very important mechanism to address elected officials who genuinely aren't doing their job or who have misbehaved in a certain way. And that doesn't apply to any of my MLAs. They're doing great work. What I'm seeing is that people are pretty happy with the work that we're doing, especially with the Alberta-Ottawa Accord, which I believe has over 75% approval across the country. We're seeing that finally we have consensus to build pipelines. We're seeing companies like Capital Power announce major new investment in natural gas power, which we haven't seen for years, saying it's because we no longer have the net zero power regs hanging over our heads. You're hearing energy companies talking about expanding their pipelines in every direction. We're addressing issues that people care about, whether it's protecting law-abiding gun owners or protecting kids and parents and those who want to participate in sports. So when I go out and talk with people, is they're grateful for the work that we're doing. And you will always have those who disagree with you on a political point of view from some of the policies. But I would say that the majority of Albertans appear to be with us, and I'm delighted to see that, and we'll watch with great interest how these petitions play out.